Okay,
Not a
perfect.
pepper.
Oh, I
But
saw
I
the
think,
chips.
I think the chips are yours.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think we got you worked out a little bit. Thanks, Danny.
Yep. Come in. Oh,
Hello,
how are you?
Dr. Page and Matthew Mullins from
Thank
ADP. Thank you for taking the time to see me today.
No problem. Thanks for coming.
Here's my business card. Mind if I have a seat?
Please.
So how's your day going today so far?
Going well. It's very busy. We're going
Okay.
well.
All right. Well, I have been referred to you. Well, my sister actually is a patient of yours, and she mentioned to me that you all have a lot on your plate, as far as having to manage payroll and HR solutions. So I'm here just to, see if I can solve some problems for you. And, I'd like to, be respectful of your time, so I'd like to just tell you that first I'd like to ask you some questions and try to find out more about your business, and then see if I can give you a good presentation of some of the things that we can offer you, and then, decide whether or not we're going to go from there. So, does that sound okay?
Yep.
All right. Well, how did you get into the medical field to start with?
Well, I always wanted to be a doctor, and then in 2003 we decided to open. I decided to open my own, just my own medical clinic, and then we've expanded so far. So now we have 2 locations.
Okay. All right. Are you happy with just those 2 locations, or do you want to expand more?
If it continues to do as well, I do plan to expand to a 3rd location in the next couple of years.
Okay. In the next couple of years. So business must be going pretty well then for you.
Yeah. Can't complain.
I'm going to take notes if that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, and what are the breakdown of employees at each of those locations that you have right now?
In the first location that we opened, in Noonan, Georgia, we have about 20. We have 20 employees,
Okay.
and then in our newer location, Peachtree City, we have 15 employees. Looking to expand to 5 more employees in the next 12 months.
All right. So we'll just say, for all intents and purposes, like it's going to be 20.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, if you wouldn't mind, describe your current situation regarding payroll.
My wife does it all.
Okay.
She pretty much is the one that handles all the payroll for all the employees, and yeah, that's pretty much what she's doing it all. So
I understand.
She does it all. She writes the checks and handles all the HR dynamics.
Okay. So what are the costs associated with your current payroll system?
Other than the program that we use, which is Microsoft Dynamics, which is $1,500 a year, it's just the time that my wife,
Time.
Yeah. But so it's not bad. I mean, in terms of like money that comes out of my pocket, it's $1,500 a year.
How, if I can get a little personal, like how is your wife managing with that? Is she upset, or is she kind of stressed out?
It can be overwhelming, It takes time away from the family a little, but she's doing it now, but I think it definitely overwhelms her sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you were everything would remain the same. What do you think would happen in the long run?
We'll probably hire an accountant.
Okay.
Maybe just run the books and take care of all that for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think just hiring an accountant would solve all of your potential problems that could arise in the future?
Like what problems?
As far as making sure you're staying up to date with all the correct tax codes, all the right HR policies and laws, staying up to date, make sure the payroll is correct every other week. On that note, do you have any current issues with payroll? Do you have any errors that occur, or?
No, we've only had one late fee for taxes, but that was 4 years ago.
Okay.
So, I don't really have a huge problem with that.
Okay. What would you say is your biggest problem area then? What concerns you the most as of right now?
I just think that, my wife gets really busy doing all that, and
Okay.
if we continue to grow, then I don't think she can handle more. I think where she is now, her plate is full as it is.
Okay.
So as we add employees, then I don't know if you can handle that.
So it's we're kind of getting to the point where something's got to give eventually. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if I could offer you a solution that could not only take care of your needs in the short term, but also the long term, no matter how much your company decided to scale its growth, would you be interested in hearing about that?
I mean, definitely worth hearing.
Okay. All right. Well, the one thing I wanted to talk to you about today was ADP's new Run mobile solutions. It's an app that you install on a mobile phone, just like this, and I've got it installed here for you to see. And this is a demo program actually, and this shows you exactly how the program would work if you were to subscribe to the usage. And from this one app on a cell phone, where you could not even have to be at the office, you could be at home. Like you said, it would be nice if maybe your wife didn't have to always come into the office to do work. It helps you manage the payroll, keep track of all your employees. You can see the list of all the employees here. And you got the reports, an HR dictionary, an HR checkup, a place to store all your documents securely. So any kind of secure documents I'm sure you have regarding people's personal information or private company information, that would be guaranteed safe on our in the document vault. And also the tax code, you would not be liable for any fines, as ADP would, in a sense, have your back. So you wouldn't have to worry, I know you just said it was that one time, but that would be our fault. We would put that on us to make sure that you're always up to date with the tax codes. So it'd be also that added pressure, like off your wife's back. She doesn't have to, always have that stress on her, that it pretty much, because it sounds like, it rests all on her shoulders as far as the payroll goes. And, that to me, it sounds like, that would be a lot of stress to have, and with this, pretty much, she could handle it anywhere, and the only thing she would really need to do is just verify the hours that, the employees have worked, to make sure that, they've entered their hours correctly. And, a nice little trick, is the fact that, the employees would no longer use a manual punch-in card. They would log in through the Run app, and it will actually tell you where they log in at. So if they tried to, log in from home or something and say they were working.
But if they don't have a smartphone?
Well, that would be an issue. They would have to have a smartphone, of course, to have the Run app, because it only runs on Apple or Android. So, but basically nowadays, with the affordability of smartphones, they've been around for a while. It's not too hard to get them for a decent price. I paid, I think, $50 for this one here with a 2-year plan. So, even the working man, I think it's gotten to the point where it's a lot more affordable of a technology. But that's the main thing, that your wife would only have to worry about just cross-checking the hours to make sure all the hours correspond with what the employees were scheduled, and that would pretty much be the end of her responsibilities as far as her day-to-day. She wouldn't have to spend all this time micromanaging the payroll and the HR department. So does that sound like something you would like to learn more about?
How does this save me money? How much does this cost?
Well, basically, it's the costs are broken down depending on how many employees you have. So right now, you said that you have 2 stores, one with 20 and the other with 15, but soon will be 20. So we'll just go ahead and say they have 20. And right now, I have the sheet here, which is a printout of the cost structure. And here it says, now I have to charge you for each store individually. And for each store, there would be a $150 cost for each one. And then for 11 to 20 employees would be $38.95 per payroll process. And are you guys bi-weekly payroll?
Bi-weekly. So is per person $38.95?
It would be $38.95 per payroll process, for 11 to 20 employees. So you say you would multiply $38.95 by 26, seeing as how there's 52 weeks in a year. Divide that by 2. So $38.95 times 26 equals $1,012.70. plus a one-time installation fee of $150 is $11.62 for each of your locations. So annually for both locations, that comes out to $23.25. So you are going to be spending a little bit more than you currently are with the $1,500 that you mentioned earlier for the update for the Microsoft. But you did say that, you know, if everything were just to remain the same, you would end up hiring, an accountant or a CPA. And don't you think that a professional accountant would probably end up costing you more than $800 a year, which is about the difference of these two numbers here?
Yeah, but I mean, they'll do other stuff, not just payroll, like
Okay.
finance, like the numbers and stuff. So,
Okay.
but yeah. So what's the return on investment on each product? Like, what is? What does it do? Payroll, tax audit, what?
The Run mobile app can take care of all of your office solutions, whether it's keeping up to date on HR policies, all your tax codes, keeping up with, you can document paid time off and sick leave. You can take care of the payroll solutions, all documenting all the hours. It's pretty much an all-in-one function just to make everything, brought together and simplified for you, which is the business. Because we want to make sure you are able to focus on running your business, not having to worry about micromanaging other tasks that come as a result thereof.
Okay. Is there a contract to this?
We do not have any contracts because at ADP believe that we should always be aiming to strive to please you and not just get you to sign like a 5-year contract or a 1-year contract and feel like, we can just put you away after that. So do you have any other questions, like, or any other needs that, you feel haven't been met?
I mean, I have a buddy at Golfer that works for Paychecks.
Okay.
I'm just gonna call them, see what they can offer too, But
Okay. Well, what do you know about Paychecks?
they know that it's similar, provides similar service to what you provide.
Okay.
So, see what they have to say.
Okay. Well, can I set up a future meeting with you to discuss, like more in depth about what we can do, maybe after you meet with Paychecks and to reach a decision?
Yeah, we can meet again.
Okay. All right. Well, what would be a good time for you? In like 2 weeks, perhaps?
Next Monday.
Next Monday? Okay, I'll put you down for that. Excellent. All right, and I'll keep all these notes for the next meeting when we meet up to reconvene and come to a decision.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Page, for your time.
No problem.
And if at any time you have a question or have any concerns whatsoever, feel free to contact me.
Okay.
It was nice meeting you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
All right, you have a wonderful day.